I am the X-Slayer. Tangerine, Tony. This is
Hacker-Man.
Zane Lofton and the power of the hacker
Wait.
blood.
Zane has his own volume.
Look at this fucking UI. This is the actual UI of the menu. It's so like period accurate, it's insane. So I should explain what this is. Sorry, let me read the full title. Slayer's X, Terminal Aftermath, Vengeance of the Slayer. You can be insane if you really want to go crazy. Oh, I can't talk over this cutscene. This is very good. He's shooting his bullets out of the air. Yeah. So, this game is sort of a giant shit post as a game, but done like so good-heartedly. I don't know what the word, like authentically, like in a good manner, I would say.
Yeah, okay. A good presentation.
Whoa, Zane. If you keep doing moves like that, I might let you go out with me.
Zane.
So, Tony, have you heard of a game called Hypnospace Outlaw?
I vaguely know of it.
So, Hypnospace Outlaw was a game. I think it's like a point and click game where you basically you have to surf different websites as if it was like a retro computer, right?
Yes.
I haven't played Hypnospace Outlaw, but from what I understand, is the psychos are blowing up everywhere. There's a web page that has a website for a guy called Zane, who is like a teenage kid and loves video games and stuff. And the developer was like, why don't I make a game as if I am Zane from like the late 90s, early 2000s, making a game? So the idea that this isn't a game from the dev, it's a game from the dev is Zane Lofton, who is this guy. So the idea is this guy made a game 20 years ago and lost it, and he's now releasing it again. Oh, he must revenge her. The psychos killed his mum.
So was the city called Boys?
Oh, I missed it. Psycho Onslaught.
It just seems like such a crazy. I guess it's like your master, your maestro. Like his voice kind of reminds me of
Neo.
like Duke Nukem combined with like some guy from the original Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, what was it going? So basically, like everything about this game is so like accurate to how classic boomer shooters of the time would be, but also what a boomer shooter would be to somebody who made one 20 years ago. Like, of course, they would be obsessed with like Linkin Park and like Korn and stuff. So like the entire soundtrack for this game is written as like an in-universe like Linkin Park, like that sort of like, or like a Korn, like a new metal sort of sound, right? I believe it's called. And it's fucking awesome.
Ring finger.
There's a dedicated button to flip people off, but you couldn't really flip people off. That would be rude. You know?
Okay, right. Interesting.
You call people dick bags, you know? Map piece acquired. Oh, this would be the sort of thing you'd see in like a old. It's like, we figured out how to do reflections. Here's a room that's reflective for no reason.
But it looks cool though.
Is a mystery.
Yeah, I'll skip ahead a little bit so we can get some more gameplay. Show you what it's like. I think because I played this in the demo fest.
Yeah.
Oh, the rats are your friends in this game for some reason. You like rats.
Rats are awesome.
The rats hate psychos, and psychos are your enemies. There's lots of secrets around, like they'll want you to bring them cheese, and you can bring them cheese, and it'll unlock a secret. That's another like big boomer shooter thing. It's like, there's a bunch of secrets in the level. Everything is interactable, like everything. It's like an old school immersive sim almost in some ways, where it's just be like, oh, I wonder if I can interact with this. Yeah, I can. Just constantly.
Why are you holding your gun sideways?
Because it's cool. What do you? What kind of question is that?
But your left one is normal.
Yeah, but he's so cool. He holds one gun sideways.
Okay.
So you have this hack blood staff, which is a melee weapon. But if you have 99 hack blood, it then lets you do, I think it's over 95 or something. It lets you use a ranged attack because you have X-Slayer hacker blood powers.
Right.
You have like your standard pistols, and then you have like a shotgun that fires glass, and you reload it by breaking glass in the world and then putting it inside of it.
Okay, interesting. I kind of like that though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
As a mechanics, though.
But you can go around everywhere. You can climb up to areas you're not supposed to get to by stacking boxes. Oh, so this is the glass blaster.
Okay.
So you can smash the glass and pick it up, and it's like glass shards as ammo. Oh, you eat junk food as your healing item. There's so many like, I love the humor of this game. There's so many like moments where you're just like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. It's like, well, of course that's gonna fucking happen. Like, there's a bathroom in your secret base, and it's like X-Slayer bathroom, and you go into it, and it's like a normal bathroom, and there's one called Bathroom for Psychos, and if you go into it, there's an endless pit that you fall down for like a minute, because obviously psychos are your enemies. So if you go into the fucking psycho bathroom, you're fucking, you deserve to be punished, like, because you're a psycho, you're an enemy. So you fall down this pit for like a minute, and then it just kills you, and that's what it does. Like, that's just part of the game.
Just part of the shitpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Interesting.
But everything is like, yes, so authentic to like.
Oh, American flag.
God bless them. Feel the power of the X-Layers. I am so for this game. I absolutely adore it. Like, I feel like if you're not like massively into boomer shooters, or like you were born after, if you were born in the past the early 2000s, this game may confuse the hell out of you. I feel like I am like a prime target for this sort of game, but I could see somebody playing this and being like, what the fuck is happening? This game sucks. Like, they just wouldn't get it.
Is it? Yeah, the kind of parody stuff that you need to kind of understand what it's parodying to like understand the.
Yeah, I mean the game is solid on its own, but I wouldn't say it's like perfect. Like, it's not like Quake or something where it's just like, oh, you can pick it up now and it plays flawlessly. But every time I was like, oh, well, if they tweaked this enemy, or they tweaked this gun, or they made it a bit easier to switch weapons, or they I was just thinking they could make it better by changing this, and I was like, no way, it's perfect. This is exactly what games were like back then. Like, if they made it better, they would make it worse in some ways.
It'll make it worse for the theme or what they were doing.
Yeah. So basically, the story is the psychos have killed Zane's mother off screen, and he must revenge her. And where do you go around? Where would the levels of a teenage boy be themed? Oh, I don't know, his hometown. So it's just like you just go around this trailer park, and you go to the burger shop. Of course, you would go there. That's exactly where a teenage boy would hang out.
Yeah. And you'd have to add it to your game world otherwise.
And Zane's like he lives in a trailer park. So like, when you go to like the rich people's houses, the layouts are like insane and make no sense. But that makes sense because Zane's never been in like a super rich house. He has no idea what they look like. He's just guessing. Like, there's so much detail to this game.
Yeah.
Like it's like
kind of meta, I guess, in a way.
This game is the Alan Wake of boomer shooters. You know, it's you're playing as a character.
What way of putting it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bunnies try and kill you if you shoot them. Classic Monty Python humor there. Like the Black Knight. But it's like
Alan Wake writing his own universe.
You're not playing the developer's game, you're playing Zane's game. Like, if you go to the store page of Slayers X, it's not the developer's name, it's Big Z Studios, Big Zane. That's his studio's name. Like, the amount of, like, deep role-playing that goes into this game is, like, insane. And I am so for it. Like, I absolutely adore it. But yeah, again, I could see somebody being like, oh, I don't get it, like, what's going... Like, I feel like you need your foot in the puddle before you get the depth of the game, sort of thing is how I would describe it. But yeah, I adore the soundtrack. I've put a bunch of the soundtrack on my game soundtrack playlist. It's great.
Yes, I'm considering. Yeah, I could see it being like having like stuff that sounded similar to that. But you know what? Like I've been looking for like. You know, like the intros and outros of like Linkin Park songs of that period. It's like, I wish people did more of that. Just listen to this and go.
And
wow.
if you want to listen to some more Linkin Park, make sure to check out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that you can shoot yourself into the air. Immediately, I was like, what happens? This gun's got knockback. I wonder if I could use it to levitate. Yep, you can, because that's awesome. Is the question of this game is like, oh,
is it cool?
I wonder if I could do this. This will be cool. And it's like, yep, yeah, I can do that. Oh, Sloppo's World.
The soundtrack. Like, can you buy the soundtrack by itself? Is that an option?
Yeah,
you
can. You can buy the soundtrack separately. Yeah, it costs £5 on Steam, and there's a bundle with the game as well. There's also a bundle with Hypnospace Alpha.
No, I don't.
If you want to get,
I don't need the game. I just need the music.
Oh, there's a ball pit with interactable balls. Because why not?
I like how there's like a texture that there's like some balls.
So you can interact with it, and then I'll just spend like 5 minutes going, can the ball go down the slide? Yeah, because it has real physics.
Yeah.
Like, this is me after launching Half-Life Alyx for the 100th time, and then going, I wonder if physics still work. And then throwing bottles around in VR and being like, yeah, it's still fun. I wonder if I can go into the fast food restaurant and turn all of the Pepsi taps on. Yep, you can. Like... but basically,
about that level of interaction, that's nice.
It has that like old school structure of it's a bunch of levels, and again, each level just goes around Zane's town. I'll always be on your side, Zane, and I will never lie to you. Yeah, so the rats are your best friends. So they'll have like the Room-esque dialogue where they're like, "Hi, Johnny, you're my favorite customer."
Yeah.
Also, how the fuck did they make those animations look so authentically bad? Like,
yeah, they put effort into making it that bad.
There's like an art to downgrading stuff, and this is like the the ultimate demake of like boomer shooters. It's insane.
Definitely appreciate this.
But yeah, you're basically gonna go and kill the psychos, revenge your mum, and then your mum's I think your boyfriend, your stepdad, who is very much not the evil bad guy, because there's no way he could be the head of a psychos. He's such a fucking idiot. And then it's like, well, oh, what? It turns out he's the head of the psychos. Like, uh-oh, whoopsie. Like, obviously, it's very, like, on the nose sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, like, you know exactly what's going on from the second one, but Zane acts like... Zane just has no idea what's happening. I think his name's Todd, if I remember correctly.
Howard.
But he's your boss at the job you work at, and he drives this giant... He drives this giant, like, psycho-themed pickup truck, and it's just like... and he's like, there's no way that he could be the head of the psychos. He's such a dickbag. Yeah, this game is set in 1998. Are you getting any nostalgia from this game at all?
Not the music, I suppose. Not anything else like much, but I'm appreciating it. But I'm not getting like nostalgia. I'll say that.
Yeah. So here's some of the levels. My
Not
room,
the middle.
the sewer, the playground, the Dollar Shave store, the laundromat.
I was gonna say they have to have the playground in because that'd be funny.
Professor Pizza, inside a computer.
What?
Oh yeah, there's a level where you go inside a computer. It's like that's a
very
classic
90s.
level. Yeah, it's like you are now
Yeah.
inside of a level.
Because that makes sense somehow.
The 4th of July fair. It's just like, oh, well, the sewer level's the classic. I mean, everyone knows if you make a boomer shooter, you have to have a sewer.
I think every game needs to have a sewer level, even if it doesn't make any sense. That's my opinion, but
Yeah, my general thoughts on this game is it's really fun, and I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think the game's not going to be for everybody, but it was the perfect game for me. I absolutely adore it.
I think you either get it or you don't from like seeing this.
Yeah.
I would say.
I think it's so clever in what it does.
Yeah.
The game is so like purposefully immature and juvenile that it's great.
Yeah. It has definitely captured an era.
Like,
Oh, okay.
like you have so many. You have like poorly placed enemies. You have to get through levels by finding key cards. Edge. You get like fucking 90s edgelord sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it is purposefully bad in some ways, and I think that's amazing. But I can understand if I think if somebody came in and was like, "This is a bad game and I don't like it," fair enough. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, if you don't again, it's like the whole like if you don't get like what something is parodying, you won't get it. It's like yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, if you do know, and you think the parody is funny, then yeah, I think it's pretty good. Oh, I got the cheese.
I got the cheese for the rats. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't like this... Sorry, I should rephrase that. If you don't like this game, you're a frickin' psycho. Get frigged.
You might be a dickbag.
Yeah. But yeah. Hypnospace Outlaw, highly recommend it. Also, played it on Games Pass, so if you got Games Pass, there's no real reason not to check this game out. Just give it a go. So we'll move on to the next one.
What ending to that game?
Then we'll move on to another game I played on Games Pass, Gears of War. So I don't know if you know this, Tony, but they actually remade Gears of War for Windows 10 in 2015. It's called the Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
Is it just the first game, or is it like the...
Just the first game.
Just the first
game. On PC, you can play Gears of War 1, 4, 5, and then there's like a tactical one you can play, I think.
Okay.
But you can only play this one on Games Pass or the Microsoft Store. It's not on Steam. So,
right.
I would say probably the best way to play this is probably through Games Pass. What I would say about playing Gears of War just immediately, I feel like this game hasn't aged as well as some of the other games that came out around this like Xbox launch era. Like the Master Chief games, like the Halo 3 and stuff, have aged. Halo Reach and Halo 3 sort of stuff have aged a lot better than Gears of War in my opinion.
Because they still play well today. I was gonna say as well, like just look at it. I'm just glad they still captured the brown and grey aesthetic.
So, have you? I think you said you'd never played Gears of War.
I never played it. I watched a friend like he had the Xbox and he had a PS2 as well, but I was like PS2 like PlayStation the whole way. So I just watched him play it when I went round.
Oh, this is me going AFK because I was going downstairs to get a cup of tea. I'll skip past that. My friend getting me up. So I played through the entire game in 2-player co-op online, which was cool. But but because I think I played the original game just single player. So my experience with the game initially was back in the day, I got an Xbox 360 because I heard Halo 3 was coming out, and
I see.
I'd never played a Halo game, but I was like, this game looks awesome. I got to play this Halo game. So I got an Xbox 360, and it was like in a bundle where you could get a couple of games with it. So I got like I think it was a PES game.
Right.
When was the launch of the Xbox 360? What year did it come out in? 2005?
It's something like that, yeah.
But yeah, I think I got like Call of Duty 2, Gears of War, like
would it not
Pro
be Hoodie
Evolution
3?
It was like COD 2 or 3.
Okay.
It was definitely before the modern era of COD games.
Before 4.
But yeah, I got that, and one of the titles I got was Gears of War, which I think at the time I must have been like fucking 11 or 12 or something. And I think I was with my parents at the time getting the Xbox 360. I was like, I want Gears of War, this very like violent game. And they were like, he's with his parents, this will be fine. Like, because I think, what was Gears of War? Was it an 18 or a 15?
I would say it's a 15. I don't think it was an 18. The later ones were, but...
Back in your hole.
What would it be rated by?
They know
Peggy rating. Parents Guide to Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Peggy 18. For the Ultimate Edition, which I'm playing now. Which is why I was like, yeah, I think it may have been an 18.
Okay, interesting.
Like I remember like a big sticker, like a big 18 sticker being on the box. Yeah, it was an 8. It was an 18. So like it was deemed to be this ultra violent video game, which I feel like playing it now, and I was like, I feel like there was so much worse rated lower than this.
Yes, 100% there was. I think I've read this. 12 is not that bad.
That was the sort of thing back in the day. It was like I would play GTA, but my dad was like, I don't want you playing the GTAs. This is or like you can play around your friend's house, but don't play it here.
Yeah, that's that. I'm glad that distinction was made. But I don't know if it was like, for me.
Go on. I was just gonna say, to be fair, every time I was playing the game and he'd walk in, I'd just be like running over a prostitute, and he's like, "What are you doing? Are you winning, son?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Or I'd be playing BioShock, and he'd walk in, I'd be harvesting a little sister, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Just playing some BioShock."
But yeah, I'd say in my house, it's like we were allowed to like whatever our age rating, which should have been, we were allowed to get like, one age rating above.
Oh, so if you could play like 15.
If I was 12,
yeah,
I could play at 15. Yeah. There's like one. It was one. I think it was like Time Shift. It was actually 18 that I played earlier. It was like, yeah, this doesn't look that bad. So
I feel like that may have been like a sort of like a quasi rule. Like that was their general idea with my parents, and they just immediately gave up at some point. They were just like, oh fuck it, he's gonna play whatever he wants, isn't he? Like they just gave up.
But it's weird to like GTA is like. I think that was one.
So I remember you used to have to go to the store to buy the video game. The reason I'm being most nostalgic is because this game came out like like next year. This game will be 20 years old, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because I think it came out at the launch. Gears of War release date. Let's have a look. 2006. So so in 2 years' time, it'll be 20 years old. Like it's absolutely because 2015 would be the 10-year anniversary of the game coming out, or somewhere around there. Which is why they made the Ultimate Edition. But yeah, you used to have to physically go to a store to buy a video game. Like I remember, I had to. I think Sonic. I was in Tesco. But I don't think Tesco sell video games anymore. I think they've just stopped selling video games at Tesco.
I guess I think
there was No, it's a
still,
news
but
thing. They have stock, but I think they're getting
they're
rid of it,
gonna
and they're
know
going to
it.
stop selling it.
They could. Oh, okay, just something entirely interesting. Not worth it.
Yeah, I
That's
think
very
like
interesting.
all brick and mortar video game stores are like. Tell me, when was the last time you went into a store to purchase a game?
I remember going to sort of purchase some Lego. I don't remember to purchase a video game. I guess, but it's like you just buy online if you do want a physical copy, right?
I remember going and I can't remember what the game was, but it was like
It wasn't GTA, was it?
no, it was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
What? Two? Okay, yeah.
But I wasn't
Good game.
I wasn't 12, so I couldn't get it yet. So I had to get my brother to go up to the counter because he was over. He was like 12 or over. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's like 3 years older than
So-
me. So
I had a very weird. I never. My friends used to like when I went out like shopping.
because if you're an
with, like, their
American,
family.
you have no idea what a 12 is because I don't think that exists in like
No,
America.
they have a different system. They do, like,
That's how we
up
do
and
our
down.
age ratings. Yeah, sorry, what were you going to say? Okay,
Yeah. But when I went like out with friends to buy, go like shopping, like I went to the cinema and go shopping or something, like they were like, "Oh, I'd buy a game." Like to me, that was like very weird because I would only ever get games around my birthday and at Christmas. At that point,
so
I asked my parents to buy it for me. They would buy it.
Yeah, so something my parents did was they were like, we're going to basically start like a savings for you. So since we were kids,
Yeah.
they were saving up.
Yeah.
And then we got to like early teenagers, like 10 or 11. They were like, oh, we're going to teach you about being responsible with money. Here's access to all of your money now. And we were like, that's so much money. We can buy so much sweets and video games. And I think like literally my brother spent his entire savings down like one stop buying like sweets and drink and like fizzy pop. But like for me, I was like, oh yeah, I've got like this. It was called like a smart card. It was like a debit card that kids could have, and you'd have like a book and stuff.
It had like a limit, but yeah.
So yeah, I would use that. I'd be like, oh, I can use my. I just saw Sonic Heroes is out on the PS2 in Tesco. I'm gonna go up to the counter and buy this with my savings. I didn't go crazy with it. I think I spent like a deal of it, but I didn't like spend all of it. I was a middle child, so I learned from mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Gears of War aging well, though, I really do actually genuinely miss the reload mechanic from Gears of War. I don't know if you know about the reload mechanic.
Yeah. Like you press it once and do it again, like it has to like match.
You can do a quick reload if you get it in like a wide timing. And then you can get a perfect reload if you get it in like a really tight timing. So it gives you this like risk reward system where it's like if you hit the reload, then you get a quick reload. But if you miss, your gun jams and it takes even longer to reload than if you just left it. And it's like
I like the active reload. The reload is kind of boring otherwise.
But it's like
making it active is interesting.
What do you do in most shooters? You reload your gun. Is that interesting? No. Well, how do we improve that? Well, why don't we make it a mini game? And it's like, well, it turns out that's really fun.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But can I talk about the sprinting animation in Gears of War? Because this has never made sense to me. Like the idea you crouch down and then this makes you run faster somehow.
No, I don't understand.
I was playing this and I was like, I don't know. I kept doing it and I was like, I feel like young me was okay with this, but now me these days is like, I feel like I'm gonna be motion sick. Just because when it's a game of its time. Like I was talking about Unreal Engine 3 games. This is like. Yeah. If I had to describe Unreal Engine 3, I would be like, look at Gears of War. This is the Unreal Engine game.
It's like
the Unreal Engine 3 game.
Brown. It has like okay fire effects, like very brown environments, and then very caricature people. That's like what I remember of like Unreal games.
Yeah, Gears of War started like an entire wave of knockoffs. I'm still pissed off that you can't break the fucking entire minigun off the stationary turret like you can on Halo 3. That was the coolest shit to me as a kid. I love doing that. and then you break
I
it
think it's
off,
still cool.
and you would have
I
like
think
a.
it's still cool.
No, I think it's I think it's cool, but I'm saying that this game doesn't have it, so that's a shame.
Yeah. No, it's like you're saying like, no, I'm just saying you implied it's like only when you were a kid is it cool. It's not anymore. It's like no,
It was
still
definitely
cool.
really cool when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because he keeps missing the reload window. No, my favorite character. If you ask me about the story of this game, Tony, I will tell you the story of Gears of War. There's a bunch of bugs, and you've got to go and fuck them. That's the story of. It is a very there's Gears of War makes Halo look like a fucking masterpiece of story writing. Like, it's crazy how little shit they gave about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's some like deep lore theories about Gears of War, but for the most part, it is just you are Marcus Phoenix and Dom. You are really buff dudes. Go and kill some fucking bug creatures because they're not humans.
Yeah, even if the way the scenarios happen makes no sense. Yeah, and that's what I remember from the story.
Like, the game just like literally, you're in fucking prison at the start of the game, I believe. It's just like, yeah, well, we need someone to kill the bugs, and so we're sending you in. It's just like, okay, I guess.
So wait, a Suicide Squad?
No, this isn't Persona 3 Reload.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, it is so like there was a whole thing about you go to Marcus's Phoenix house or something in the game as well. And I was like, okay. They try and do like some subplot, like you go into the towns where people are hiding out and they're like, we don't like you army guys. And we have
why are they attacked by bugs?
But there's like this classism thing where it's like they want to because it's post-apocalyptic almost, because society's been completely wrecked by these bugs, right? So they have this whole thing where it's like, we're gonna attack you, army guys. We can look after ourselves. It's very much like that herd mentality. Oh, also, if you're playing in multiplayer co-op and your partner goes somewhere without you, it'll just teleport you to them constantly. It'll just drag you along with it. Coltrane, baby. One of the best characters in Gears of War. He plays like their version. I'm just going to say he plays Parisi Squares. He plays like zero gravity football or something like that.
Right.
It's like made up space sports. Like Parisi Squares, for example.
Good old Parisi Squares.
But yeah, there's so many cool. There is like a lot of cool moments I remember. Like when you get the Hammer of Dawn. There's basically it's the tool gun from Gary's mod, and then it shoots down a giant laser from the sky like an orbital cannon.
Okay. Like
that moment when you take the assault rifle and you chainsaw someone in half, like just now. Cool. That's always been cool.
Yeah, that was always cool. Yeah.
I was originally gonna pair this up with Warhammer Bolt Gun because that game is a chainsword and you can chainsaw up enemies with it.
As in the coal train?
The coal train.
Coal train?
But yeah, like basically, you get to fight a bunch of bugs. The game is a lot easier with a mouse and keyboard, I will say. I didn't realize how easy the game would be because I played the original with a controller, right? But like, I can just take a sniper and I can just take out people from across the map playing on the PC version.
Yeah.
I have some complaints about the PC version. Like, they did a fairly competent job porting it to like one system because it came out for Windows 10. It was like the Windows 10 edition, I think, but you can also play it in Windows 11.
I mean, it's the same operating system basically.
But I had a lot of issues with stuttering.
Like shader compilation stuff as well. Is it something else?
So if you go to the PC gaming wiki page, it says frame rate and ultra settings varies from 120 to 30 FPS independently of hardware. Is a known issues that the developers are aware of, but regarded as a low priority. Setting shadows to low can fix FPS drops for some users, even when reported GPU load is low. So, like, it didn't matter what I did, I was always getting quite a bit of stuttering. Like, even with settings turned down and stuff like that, which is annoying. Like, I think if this was just like a solid 120 the entire time, it would have felt a lot better.
Yeah.
To go back and play through. So that's my only like real complaint about the PC port. Also, the Ultimate Edition features bonus content. Oh, also, Gears of War is really fucking short. It's like we completed like over half of it in like one play session. I didn't remember how short the game was in comparison to a lot of games these days, especially like an Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's competently paced, I would say. It's not like dull or anything. It's not too short, I would say. But it's just a lot shorter than we're used to these days, right? Here's me taking 1 billion damage just because I want to chainsaw these guys instead of shooting them.
You're saving ammo.
But I was like, okay, so the Ultimate Edition has bonus chapters. So I played through the entire thing to chapter 5, and then I finished the game, and I was like, oh, how do we play the bonus chapter? And I looked up, I was like, oh, we played the bonus chapters. It was basically like a couple of extra missions where you go through a bridge and like a transformer, like an electrical transformer plant room, and you fight another giant monster, and that's the bonus chapter. So it's not like crazy more content. It's like, I don't know. I feel like if you have Games Pass and you haven't played Gears of War, like loading this up co-op with another friend is probably a good time.
Yeah.
Hang on, I think I can show you the Hammer of Dawn here. Let's have a look. Yeah, here is the Hammer of Dawn.
Oh, it is.
But you can only use it outside. That is the downside of the weapon.
How many shots do you get of it?
It's unlimited, but you can only use it outside.
Right.
So that, and then a lot of the time it would be like, Hammer of Dawn has gone offline, and then you can no longer use it. So basically, you keep using the Hammer of Dawn until you go inside, or the game says you can no longer use the Hammer of Dawn.
Right.
I found myself using a lot of different weapons just because I was like, I wonder what else other weapons you can use. Like I liked the shotgun sniper because you can carry 2 weapons, right? But now I was constantly just every time a new weapon dropped, I was like, I'll pick this up and see what it does. Like there was this cool one that was like an explosive on the end of a bow and arrow. Like there's enough weapon variety that it never gets particularly stale. And then you also find ammo boxes around. Yeah. There's a rocket launcher as well, which is cool, but like the rocket launchers and stuff seem to only have limited ammo. You can't pick up ammo boxes for them. So generally what I would do is I'd run and pick up like a rocket launcher, and then I just throw it on the ground and pick up a different weapon sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like ammo boxes aren't shared in co-op, so you kind of have to be like, do you need ammo? And it's like, yeah, I need ammo. So you kind of have to sort that out between the two of you, who's going to pick up the ammo and the grenades and stuff. Grenades are very useful because, again, it is a cover shooter. So if you're not in cover, you will be quickly blasted away. And then you'll have like a lot of sections where you'll have a guy in a turret. So you need to like toss a grenade into that, from that cover into their cover. There's lots of set pieces, I will say. So there's boss fights. There's a section where there's a blind berserker dude you have to make run through doors. There's a driving section where one of you drives and the other, because at night time they get stronger, sort of like Dying Light or something like that. Or another zombie thing where they get, they all come out at night. So I guess you could say they're like vampires. But yeah, there's a section where one of you drives and the other one has to shine a light and stop the car from getting killed by the shadow creatures.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty fun game to this day, but I think it hasn't aged as well as like a Halo, for example.
Yeah.
Let me look at Xbox 360 games and see if I think any of them have aged better. My favorite Xbox 360 game, GTA 5. That was like the last Xbox 360 game, though.
Yeah. I think
Um,
Resident Evil 4 came out before this, right?
Resident Evil 4 came out on the I don't know if you know, Resident Evil 4 is one of the most re-released video games of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
came
that
out on
makes
like
sense.
the GameCube and the PS2,
Yep,
and then it got ported to every other
yep.
system.
So I played it on PS2.
So let's have a look.
In fact, my
Uh,
copy comes. That I was saying the person I watched playing Gears of War. I bought my copy of Resident Evil 4 for PS2 from him because he's like he played it. He's like I don't want to play it again. I was like I'll play through it.
but like just looking quickly, I would say Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty 4, Batman Arkham games, so Arkham
Yeah.
City, and I think Asylum was on there as well.
Yeah,
There was a game. I don't know if you heard of this
Nice.
game, Skyrim from the Xbox 360.
Skyrim.
The Assassin's
Kinda
Creed
later in
games
its life.
have not. The thing is, to be fair, I haven't gone back and played a lot of these. Like, I've gone back and played the Arkham games.
Yeah.
They still hold up. Assassin's Creed, do you think those games hold up? I feel like they do, but I could
think
be wrong.
The Up to Brotherhood definitely do. I've somewhat recently played them.
I recently played Bioshock, and that holds up very well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gears of War, it's a pretty decent game. Let me see what I rated it, because I like to give games ratings once I finish them. And I've finished playing through this in co-op. It won't take you very long to go through this game.
Is that a threat?
That is a threat, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't rate it, apparently. I must have...
Unrateable.
I probably went, I will rate this later, and then forgot that I was going to rate it at a later date. So what would I give this game? Probably like a 3 to a 3.5 stars, probably. Maybe
Right.
better than that. I don't know.
So
This is out of
above
5, right?
average.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's above average.
if you're playing it co-op, it's probably
obvious time.
like a 3 and a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And then if you're playing it single player, maybe it's closer to a 3. But again, that's going to be with most, co-op-esque games. Usually they're a lot better in co-op than they are single player.
As long as it works. Otherwise, it
Oh, here's me
brings
trying to
everything
turn the
down.
shadows down to low to stop stuttering. It didn't work.
It definitely looks worse as well.
Yeah, it does.
This is a lot worse. Okay.
That's the thing with some of these older games is you can some of them can be kind of hard to run if you turn the anti-aliasing up, where they have like super sampled anti-aliasing.
Oh,
So they're actually like
it's
stuff like
weird
I think it's like
implementations.
Crysis 3 can be like you can get like super low FPS on like a 40 series card with the super sampled AA.
Well, if you go to 16 times, yeah, it's not really like at some point it's like diminishing returns. You're not really.
It's like you're
giving anything, just
re-rendering the
more power.
game.
Yes. It's like why? There's so much better ways to do this now.
Well, there's this temporal anti-aliasing you can do now
Yep.
called deep learning
Yep.
super sampling and what does FSR stand for? Fidelity super resolution and sex backwards, of course, our favorite.
We don't know what that stands for, but it's sex
No,
backwards.
no, that's what it stands for. Everyone knows that. But yeah, I guess these are two games that I would recommend with caveats. I guess it's probably how I would sum this up. Like Slayer's
Both
X,
nostalgia games.
they are kind of both nostalgia games, and they're both shooters as well. Slayer's X, I think, thumbs up from me. Adore it, but you have to be in the right mind for a good old shitpost. And then Gears of War is like low stakes co-op fun.
We're still the same brown aesthetic and somewhat nonsensical. I don't say nonsensical, but kind of a weird story where it takes.
There was some good shit in Gears of War, and then there was some not so good shit in Gears of War. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the video. Goodbye.
Bye.